Swimmingly.
See what our sweet new title is.
Okay.
I'm sure it's great.
Alright.
I could be a Turtle Galaxy.
You could. You could. You could be a Luminous Falcon.
Oh man. Why is it always Falcon and Turtle that we go for?
Because we love Captain Falcon and turtles.
It's true. I'm just thinking about Captain Turtle.
He doesn't exist.
But what if he did?
He doesn't.
Great. Look at these guys I missed. They look
did.
almost exactly like Yellow Tang.
They do. But they're not.
These guys are neat in that they're one of the few fish to have long-term mates. They eat hard corals and invertebrates.
That's why there's an even number of them.
It'd be funny if there was an odd one. It's like that one's like, I just want to hang out. So these guys are annoying to find. You've tried pointing me to where they are several times, but I kept not seeing them there.
They're at a weird depth because they're just out in the water swimming, but they're not up at the top.
Yeah, and they also move between like 3 different squares, and there's like one school of them.
Yep.
Blackfin barracuda are, well, they're barracuda, but they're one of the least interesting barracuda.
They have black fins.
They're not bad. They're not that boring. They're just not that interesting. They're barracuda. They do all the things barracuda do. They school.
Yeah.
They do that thing. So, one thing that we have yet to do yet, and we're going to do right now, is that we're going to go into the Cavern of the Gods at night. Who knows what we'll find? I know what we'll find. You know what we'll find. They don't know what we'll find. These guys are a lot more prolific, and they're glowing a lot now. As they do. Also, the one thing there's a ton of here at now are ancient sheep's head rats. There's millions of them in here.
They built this stuff. Yep.
Pretty funny.
I suppose so. You can get carpet kind of with that pattern. It's kind of ugly.
No, she wants one that looks like an actual wobbegong on her floor.
Don't make one.
You probably could. Probably exists already on like Etsy or something. All wobbegong, like retail like products.
All right.
Wobbegong like toothbrush holder.
I'm for it. Not that scary. Yeah, it would hurt, but...
Were you talking about me?
Yes.
I heard you talking shit.
What if they just all started coming at you and screaming Italian at you? Just angry Italian.
That's kind of imagine how they work.
Yeah.
I mean... This is kind of how they work in my head.
Meanwhile, in this hole...
Frilled sharks.
Frilled sharks are neat as hell.
Yep.
They've got really weird teeth. They got 3 prongs on them. Which is...
Really...
They're very primitive looking because they've also only got 1 dorsal fin.
You can't really see.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, they got the one.
It's on its back.
The little one in back, yeah.
That's a dorsal fin.
Yep. Even though their teeth is like that, it's not something you should ever worry about because they're really not found in high sort of...
Anywhere people can swim without dying a horrible death.
Yeah, and they seldom even dying, or diving even. We seldom see them in the wild. They have a pretty global distribution in the sense that they're found in both the Atlantic and the Pacific, but their depths are such that it just never comes up.
Yeah.
They live between like 50 and like 1,500 meters.
They're weird.
Yeah.
I love you guys!
I like that everybody's got something to say about the tarpon.
I love your albums. They're really cool. I think they're pretty. Fuck you. Fuck you!
Don't get into a fight with a 14-year-old.
I can beat a 14-year-old.
I would not recommend it.
It's like a pine cone! Well, pineapple and pine... Alright, yeah, there's a reason for that.
You and your logic.
Scraps.
Yeah. So here's an interesting thing.
Okay. I like interesting things.
Easy to miss if you're not looking up. It's this guy.
It's a tiny little giant squid.
Yep.
It's the giant squid, baby. This is Kraken Jr.
Yeah, this is a tiny giant squid, apparently.
Yep. It's supposed to be the baby of the one in the hole.
Yep.
The Spanish name for this in the Spanish version of the game is Chopito.
That's pretty good.
And then the Italian is Piccolo Kraken.
Oh, man!
But the German is Carl Krakensen.
Oh, man, that's so good.
Which is great.
Yeah.
That's like something we'd come up with.
Yeah. The interesting thing about Kraken, it's derived from the Norse word krake, which means a unhealthy or twisted animal.
Huh.
It's cognate with the English word crook and crank, in fact.
Didn't know that.
That's where crook comes from, so crook and kraken. Same thing, kind of.
I do know that the Kraken is in the first version of Linnaeus's thing, even as a binomial name. Macrocosmus marinus, the marine macrocosm.
Linnaeus is really interesting. The fact that like so much that about like his work it still holds up today, and so much of it also doesn't.
Yep.
It's weird to think of him as being like contemporaneous with like the American Revolution and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that was ancient times, and even then we had like the beginnings of like modern taxonomy.
Not ancient times.
Okay, sure, not ancient, but that is a long time ago.
That is us as Americans showing.
Yeah, but still. I don't know. I mean, that's still really a long time ago for, you know, the basis of taxonomy, in my opinion. Also, these two are right by each other.
Yep.
Which is kind of dumb.
I got nothing really to say about them.
I mean, yeah, it's a butterfly fish and then a box fish.
They do what they do.
Yep.
Which is butterfly and box.
Don't box like a butterfly, sting like a
Butterfly.
Kraken Jr.
Box like a butterfly, sting like a butterfly.
So in this room now, there's some other guys.
Oh, yeah.
The coelacanths are hanging out with some bad company.
I love those guys and their albums. Bad company.
Good old Tengu Zame.
Now the sharks are great.
Yep.
They're still doing that thing where the faces are stuck out, though.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Which is weird, because they're in here correctly modeled. They just shift that way. That's their all-range mode. Hello?
Yep, technically speaking, the mouth should always be in, except for when they get aggressive.
Yep. Well, they're feeding. It shoots out with it.
Sure. Yeah, it sticks out. It's kind of like how like bass and stuff do, where they extend their mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, if for some reason you missed the data on Okeanos' Guardian, it's right in there.
Yep.
He comes back.
To be fair, though, it is easy to miss him in the sense that he's kind of fighting you. It's not really, you know, the right time to get stuff otherwise. Get photos. This bearing wolffish is easy to miss.
You love
Hangs
that
out
guy.
in a little bit of rubble.
He's easy to miss because they're dumb.
Yep. Wolffish are weird.
They're great, though.
Yeah, they're super lazy. They just lay around on, like, seafloor.
I've seen a starfish try to eat one.
Yeah. So that guy give it a finger, the starfish finger. That was great.
So this guy's only note in this game is that the round spots on its pinchers and above its eyes make it look like it's wearing glasses. That is all the data this game will give you for this guy.
This one's also really annoying to find.
I think there's only the one.
It's like, well, you can spawn in 2 spots, but only some of the time. Sometimes they're just fish here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There was also another fish that was named by, or another animal that was classified by Linnaeus. Here's these fuckers.
These fuckers.
Well. So, these are
These are usually the last fish people get when they're completing it, because they are a complete pain to find.
Yeah, I only found them because I found a good spot that was right near a place where I could stop the boat at, so I could just jump down real quick and just kind of do this like 5 times. And
I've spent
got them
probably hours looking for these guys over the course of my playthroughs in this game, which are multiple for some reason.
Knowledge is power.
I just love fish. Oh,
Also,
good,
We
great.
found this thing of assault rifles in the Egyptian temple. How'd they get there? I don't know.
The sheep's head wrasse.
Sheepshead Wrath's been smuggling weapons through the temple.
The wolfish made them do it.
Yeah. Also run by more ink.
Great! I love ink.
Sheepshead Wraths are running a business out of this.
Well, yeah,
Oh, man.
they're not very smart.
But their faces are so trustworthy.
That's the word for it. A dark shadow!
So here's a random thing that you can catch sometimes if you, for some reason, look at the sea during the day. You can see a dark shadow occasionally. Ooh. And if you go over to the spring garden at night, they don't make this clear, but you have to go over here at night after seeing that dark shadow. You can sometimes find something else out here. Maybe. If I look the right way. Oh, there it is.
Yup,
I'm spooky.
this is the Black Harbinger.
Shadow of Solomon. It's a much better name.
It's noted as living in the Solomon Islands, yeah.
I don't know. Shadow of Solomon just makes me think of
But
all
yeah,
the other Solomon stuff.
in the made-up mythology for this game, it's supposed to be the counterpart to the White Mother.
Interesting.
Where the White Mother grants new life, this one it presides over death.
See, I always got the impression that they were implying that was the whole point with the shark in the first game.
It is a whale psychopomp.
Because there was the shark that was the god of death, the legendary one, in the first game.
It's also noted that his song was supposed to be heartbreakingly sad. It's a requiem guiding the souls of the dead. Because this local fisherman will burn their fishing tackle if they meet him while at sea in an attempt to ward off the fate of being led to the land of the dead.
I could see that being real.
Yeah.
That's neat. But yeah, he's neat. Also, there's these guys.
Razorfish are cool, because they usually swim vertically, and they look like just blades of grass.
Mm-hmm.
But if they really want to, they could swim like normal fish, like they are right here.
Well, I'd like to point out that we're right near this anchor that we went by like 1,000 times in this game. We somehow missed these guys because they're super tiny.
They're very, very tiny. Sometimes I don't think they appear. I don't think they come up.
Yep. Yeah, maybe. They're just hard
Because
for
I
us
made
to
a
see.
point of looking for them when you swam by.
Yeah. There's another guy that just kind of shows up occasionally.
No,
In like one spot.
the Rippled Rock Skipper.
Yep.
He's a rock skipper.
He hangs out by himself, alone here, like a hermit.
It's on his rock.
Get out of here! Get
Alright.
away from my lawn!
Alright. You're on stupid.
I'll fight you.
Alright, I'll fight the fish.
No, don't. You'll drown. Here's another guys that are really easy to miss because they're similarly colored to other fish.
Yep. So bicolor angelfish, they do that whole male becomes female, female becomes male thing. But they live in harems, and then once the male leaves or is eaten or whatever, the largest female becomes the male. But small females just can't participate in the harem, so they just breed as females until they get bigger. That's if they become the male, so they just continue being. It's weird and confusing being a fish.
Yeah.
Oh, Amrita.
Yep.
Great.
So if I remember correctly, the whole deal with Amrita is that it's basically immortality nectar.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's one of those
Oh,
synonyms
hey, David.
for like soma and stuff. I think it actually has like the same sort of linguistic root as ambrosia.
Kind of neat accent, huh? I love ink! Don't you love ink?
Hell yeah. Gotta slowly get that ink collection up.
Yeah.
She gives you the empty bottle after drinking, chugging it. Like, later, nerd.
Peace out!
I'd say I'd see you in hell, but I'm never dying! Jumps on her jet ski.
Nice.
What a dick. Let's tie an anchor to her feet.
Well, why not? What up, G's?
So these quests are kind of a little depressing. And not like in the, oh, yeah, the story's depressing way. It's more the sense that they have these requests and they're involved, but they don't really go much of anywhere.
These are the Wind Waker quests, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, even, like, mild storytelling. Because they had, like, the ones that, like, oh, you know, where you get the revelations about GG. But then you have these tail end ones that you get if you do enough salvage. Like, oh, if you do 5 successful salvage, you unlock
Well, you're
another one of
supposed to be
these.
getting these throughout the thing.
Sure, but at the same time, meh. They're also just not that interesting.
That's on you
though.
for not doing salvage requests.
And they're also not that interesting, though. Like, there's nothing to them. Other than, hey, go to this place that's really obvious and get this thing.
Yep.
There's no, like, tie-in to any sort of, like, oh, this is the lost golden armor of Samson. Samson's lost gold armor. All right.
Is
It's
it,
like,
made
nah,
of,
just,
is it made of hair?
yeah, that's what's gold.
Oh.
It's also why it sank to the bottom of the fucking ocean, because it sucks. So, I mean, there's nothing tied into this. He's like, oh, you found the armor. Well,
Not everybody's job ties into legendary archaeological finds.
they should.
It's because yours do. Somehow.
Yeah, well. What can I say? It's surprising how much archaeology has to do with space. Hashtag ancient aliens. Hashtag follow the money.
Great.
So it's kind of like the thing, like, oh, there's certain salvage left to find is kind of dumb because so much salvage shared between places.
Yep.
Like, it only has to matter until you have, like, 2 pieces of salvage left, period, in the game. Like, you can't find the last 2 salvage you need in this area. Get the fuck out.
You got a box. You don't mind. You can have his box. Clashed with this place anyway. It's all square.
I
Yep.
was showing a little bit of this off to show you guys how this kind of works.
You sure are wind waking.
Yep.
Pretty straight up that.
I don't know, I mean, it's kind of... It's not that... I mean, I guess it's the Wind Waker is the main game
It's
that
the
did this,
same
but it's not that
mechanic.
crazy.
It's the same
Yeah.
mechanic.
Yeah, fair.
Fill in chart, get chart, compare charts to find place on chart.
Yep. So here's something that I've missed, apparently, also a dozen times going through this room. Not this. This figure's probably been here before. Who's restocking these?
I don't know.
Skeleton. Skeleton's doing it.
There you go. The skeleton's going.
Yeah. So these guys.
Oh, sunset advices.
Yep, they're always were there.
So these also do the gender change thing. And the reason most fish change from female to male is because the ovaries develop first. So they just start as female. Because it's easier to have functioning, they just have those earlier than they have functioning testes. It makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, the male stuff is just derived version of the female stuff, so...
Oh, it's just weird.
Yep.
Bruce, the crane, is created by Petrus Plancius from extraneous stars from Pisces Austrinus. Sometimes it's depicted as a flamingo. It is not, however, an orbital grouse.
It totally is. It's a fucking grouse.
No,
it's a grouse in
Bruce
space.
Bruce is crane.
It's literally a celestial grouse.
It's crane. It's also,
Hashtag celestial grouse.
It's also not orbiting anything.
It's orbiting the cosmos.
No!
It's orbiting our sphere of influence.
No.
orbiting.
In the cosmic sense, our influence is pretty much nil.
Oh man, in a cosmic sense, that's where you're wrong.
I don't know.
I've gotten it in with a catfish in Japan. Let me tell you what.
You need to stop talking to that guy.
He's got friends.
No, he doesn't.
He's got friends, and those friends are our friends.
No, he doesn't.
Look, he's got associates.
All right, I'll give you that.
And sometimes he does play cards with like guys that go around in clouds in the sky. You know the guys.
Yeah.
Those guys. Those guys are pretty cool.
Yeah, they are.
I'm hoping to get an in.
They're just concerned about it.
I'm hoping to get in. Maybe we can solve that drought problem in California.
Lyra represents the lyre of the musician Orpheus. Lyra contains the star Vega, the fifth brightest star in the sky. Together with the stars Deneb and Altair, Vega forms an asterism known as the Summer Triangle. Altair.
Yeah.
There's not the little thingy on it, so...
It's a fun word.
It's
a fun word, Altair. There's a bunch of coins that we just missed in here.
Yep.
Like this one.
Centaurus, the centaur, should not be confused with Sagittarius. Sagittarius was associated with centaurs at a later date. According to Ovid, Centaurus honors the centaur Chiron, a wise centaur who was tutor of many heroes of Greek myth. Legend associated with Chiron says he was accidentally poisoned with an arrow shot by Hercules, and was subsequently placed in the heavens.
Hercules just did that all the fucking time. Like, oops, accident poison. Yeah, back.
You're thinking of Heracles!
They both did that. They did it all the time. They did it to everybody. Hercules was like...
Heracles died from putting on a poison shirt.
Yeah. Wasn't it related to the whole centaur thing?
Nessus gave it to him.
Like his wife gave it to him or whatever, but she
yeah,
got
and
it
then
poisoned.
she got
but
it
it got
from
poisoned.
Nessus, and it was poisoned, yeah, from Hercules' arrows.
Yeah, she's like, you killed the centaur. You gotta fucking pay for that. Have this shirt. Wow.
I'm just watching your cursor flick around.
Looking for shit. No.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, the thing with Oceania is that you can see them a lot easier, but you can just also just move your thing around and find them.
If they're there.
Yes. Sorry,
Yep.
just want to look at those neutral chops.
Corvus the Crow, Ptolemaic constellation. In the story of Apollo and Cronus, Cronus is unfaithful to Apollo, her lover, and was tattled on by a pure white bird that guarded her. Cheating on a god is fucking stupid. In a fit of rage, Apollo swore so hard the crow and all of the crow's feathers became black. Despite to say, bad things happened to Cronus.
It wasn't the crow's fault. Why did the crow have to turn black?
He just swore so hard that it singed the crow.
Also, that's hardly fair. Like, gods always be cheating on goddesses. I mean, come on.
Tell them not to.
That should be a two-way road. Don't be a dick.
Tell them not to.
If I will. Fuck the Greek gods. They're fucking assholes. Greek/Roman gods. They're dicks. Fuck them.
In case you're wondering, she doesn't turn into anything. He just sends his sister to kill her.
Yeah,
with
a
spiteful bow.
Asshole. Apollo's a dick.
Apollo's a dick. Artemis is a dick. He felt bad about it after the fact.
I feel so sad that I murdered her. Like, well, how do you think she feels? She's dead. Ain't good. Is there a Greek/Roman god that's not a dick? Here's some Crusader loot, by the way.
I'm sure there's some, but it's not very. It's not. Yeah.
Here's a Canopus jar vessel, by the way.
Even Hermes is kind of a dick.
What about what's his face? Trunk. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. Trunk guy.
Bacchus? Dionysus? Yeah. Nah, he was a dick. He was a huge dick.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just about partying. How much of a dick could he be?
You ever dealt with drunk people?
Oh, that's true. Huge dick.
Try hanging out with drunk people who are friends with goat men.
Yeah, I mean, Hades was a huge ass dick. He was less of a dick than the other guys, but he's still like a fucking like kidnapping rapist. By the way, I'm getting more ink.
Oh, great.
I mean, I'm trying to think of anyone that's not a dick.
Mentally cycling through all the gods I can think of.
Yeah. Here's a large anchor.
Great. It's fucking
Perfect for
wonderful.
throwing her in the fucking water and to live there for the rest of time. For drinking our Amrita.
Wouldn't be for the rest of the time.
Nobody's gonna find her again.
Eventually the sun would explode.
It's true. And then she'd be in space with an anchor. And on fire.
Yeah. I completely missed what myth that was.
Poison snake. Snake.
Oh,
poison.
yeah, because you got... Yeah. Great. You got all the jars.
Yep. It's kind of weird that the legendary jar is just a canopic vessel. I mean, they're good, sure, but it's not legendary.
Still worth a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not the best jar you can find though. I could find better jars.
Could you?
Yeah.
I can only think of one from mythology.
Oh, here's some British treasure. It was in the deep hole. Someone dropped it in the hole.
Of course, yeah. Oh, great. The gem
I have to
bombs.
imagine like the seamen like on that boat, the British ship, just threw it there because they're like, "Core, blimey, this would be funny." Dropped her treasure in the hole.
I like how
Also-
you enunciated seaman.
Well,
It's like you're afraid of saying seaman.
no. You know, of all people, I'm not afraid to say seaman. I just like saying
Oh,
seaman.
good, you got a small anchor.
You gotta go with our other one. In case the big one's not enough for holding her under.
It's a little 9-pound fortress anchor. It'd be great.
Yeah, I can't think of one. Huh.
Well, like I said, I can only think of the one, so that's Pandora's box.
Well, yeah, but that's a box.
No, it is a jar in the original. The
Yep.
translation has converted it to a box. Fuck you.
But anyways, I meant more the god things. I gotta think of a good god.
No, yeah.
Slash Roman mythology. They're all dicks.
What about Hestia?
I don't think I know enough to say anything there.
Is Hestia a dick? I'm trying to think of incidents with Hestia.
By the way, we got 1 million visitors.
I'm sure somebody put it out. Oh god, your hair.
Still all about the Beatles. And the Beatles. We've really been doing this like years, Oceania. Also, the specters just
I like
appearing
the
in the
shades
background.
just appearing, yeah, because the
Yeah.
camera moves back. Her hair just makes me think of like a monk or something now.
We're never gonna go here again.
Nope.
What?
Snorkelsing.
Which is weird with that black screen there. All of a sudden, like what?
They took a picture, and you're supposed to, I guess, see a picture there, but they never incorporated it.
I don't know.
I think that was what is intended there.
Huh?
The fuck modeling that.
Hey, maybe.
Thanks for keeping me employed.
You know, you could be a true punk. You could let your hair down. Okay, sure.
I'm interested in this.
Sure, why not? Farewell, aquarium. I
at all
hope you
those
burn in
shades.
hell.
I didn't. Well, it's full of shades, so. Anything, this is the cold hell.
True. Let's see what our final numbers are. Uh-huh.
Great.
Yeah, ain't happening. So yeah, this is kind of just a really busy work quest. The money you get is not really worth it at all.
No, not at all.
Like 40,000 visitors gets you $4,000.
I literally just left my game on overnight.
Yeah, probably what I should have done, but I wasn't like it didn't matter enough. You know.
Just fill that tank with clownfish and let it sit.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love seeing a big bowl full of clownfish? Nightball.
I'm trying to think if there's any jars I'm not thinking about.
There could be a jar with something legendary inside of it. Like the corpse of a fairy.
I mean, yeah.
Pickled fairy, let's do it.
Oh man, that'd be really sad. Unless that fairy was a dick.
All fairies are dicks.
Well, unless that fairy was like a dick in like an atypical way. I ain't gonna say jar all fairies because they're dicks, because I don't condone that sort of
I
thing.
say jar all fairies because you'll be immortal.
Would just convince them all and they'll get you powder?
Well, no, if you die a horrible death, they'll come out and bring you back to life.
Oh, point. Yeah, good point.
Jar all fairies. Yeah, this is hard.
Oh, punk.
Have we ever actually compared what the relation, like 1,000p for a haircut? Like, what is the cheapest like scuba tank cost?
I think it's about the same. These are really expensive haircuts. Or really cheap scuba tanks.
Yeah. Yay us.